What's up? My name's Jehan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you guys are one of my returning subscribers, I understand that this video is going to be a bit of a clusterfuck. To anyone new here, I am a portrait artist and an artist in general, so that's the kind of stuff that I normally put on my channel. But I have a bit of a predicament, if I'm being honest. I'm graduating college in 1 month. Yes, I am so excited. But my parents are coming to visit me for the first time in my college career. And when I first moved into an apartment, my parents were super sweet and gifted me this white coffee table. And unfortunately, after about 200 or so pre-COVID kickbacks, the table, how do I put this? Is trashed. In my definition, of course, it's like still functional. It doesn't have like one leg hanging off of it. I've heard absolute horror stories about frat house furniture, but for my parents and their standards, they're gonna kill me. That brings us to today. We are gonna go to Home Depot and we're gonna fix this baby up. In addition to it having some scratches and stains and stuff like that, I kind of have an issue with the fact that it's just a white basic table. I want it to be fun. My whole house is really weird, inspired by retrofuturism from back in the 70s and 60s and stuff. I wanted to try to create like a conversation pit table, which conversation pits are these really cool kind of designs where it's just like a loungy area in retro future houses, and I want to have one day. I took a look at Pinterest and I found a bunch of like pictures of old houses and retro stuff, and I got inspired by that, and I kind of mocked up a design that I would want to change my table to. So what we're going to do today is we're going to repaint the table. We're going to also add some wood filler to this chip that I have in it and just make it look brand spanking new. But yeah, so let me show you guys really quickly the illustrator. Like I just went on Illustrator and what is this? I went on Illustrator and I kind of mocked up what I would want the table to look like. So let's just get into that. Okay, so now we're in my room and I'm gonna show you guys the mock-ups. So this was the first photo that I was really inspired by. I love this kind of like orangey swoosh. So I came up with this little table design. So I like this one. I thought this was really cool. And then the second one that I came up with, so on Pinterest, I found this really cool pin where it had all of these circles and squares. And I was like, okay, let me try to come up with something with that in mind. And I came up with this. Bam. So I really like both ideas quite a lot, but everyone I asked, and also I think in the back of my brain, liked this one better. So now that we know what the design is, it's gonna be that circle and square one. I gotta go to Home Depot and grab the materials. So let's go. So I'm back from Home Depot, and as you guys just saw, that's basically the haul of stuff that we had to get. Now it's time to sand. Quick preface for all of the DIY masters out there, I do not own a power sander and I don't want to spend like $100 to buy one. So I'm just gonna focus on taking like the scratches out of the paint and just taking that surface level of paint off, as opposed to ripping off literally every single drop of paint, because I just don't think I can do that with like a sponge sander. But really quickly before we start sanding, it is absolutely crucial for everyone out there watching this to know that if you're gonna sand something, make sure that you wear hand protection, eye protection, and the ventilator. I feel like Bane right now from Batman. Okay. Saving time, go! So here's where I narrowly avoided a catastrophe. Definitely, if you can afford to get a power sander, I would get one, because I was sanding for like 2 hours and almost nothing came off, and I was really lucky that later the poly spray and the amount of layers of paint that I did really helped, but I did experience some minor peeling, which was not cute, and that's because I didn't sand properly. But to be honest, no one is using this as a tutorial, so I'll go now. Bye. So now it is painting time, my favorite time. So I started this table project by measuring my design out onto the table and then masking that off with blue masking tape. And then I took my compass and I started drawing the circles on there. Next I grabbed my brush and I started putting paint on there. And then I grabbed my roller and I started putting paint on there. And this commentary is getting very repetitive, so I will let you just jam out to the music now. Okay, so it's day 2 of painting. So yesterday I got a pretty good start on the painting and most of everything is kind of down except for these 2 squares I need to fill in, but I couldn't have put those down because the masking tape would get wet. We're gonna finish out the painting today, and then tomorrow is gonna be putting the final touches and the protective top coat over the top, and then we're gonna be done and I'm gonna have a new table. So I'm super excited and let's just get to it. So now it's time for the poly, and poly in layman's terms is kind of like a top coat for wood. It makes everything all shiny, and this is the brand that I got. Yeah, I wasn't gonna film this part though because I really did not want to ruin my camera, so that's what it looks like spraying. Something I've noticed since having this table is just how good everything looks on it. I don't mean to pat myself on the back too hard. Look at these little coffee cups, and then suddenly they're like, wow, aesthetically appealing. And then you put the little octopus to immediate infomercial. Lemons, Andy Warhol piece. Like, bye. So yeah, this was definitely a bit of a cluster. But I really enjoyed making this video and I hope that you guys enjoyed it as well. I am so excited because now that I'm making this, right now I'm a couple of days away from graduation, so I'm super psyched for that. If you want to keep more up to date with me, like day-to-day type stuff, or whenever I do kind of a smaller art project, you can follow me on my Instagram. Other than that, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. So anyways, till I see you guys next time, just go make shit. Bye.